Hello everybody, Devin here again, and this is a video requested by my good buddy Matt. He's also my first sponsor ever. He buys me lunch sometimes and we go out and do stuff. Not really a full true-on sponsor, but we're going to count it anyways. And this is a helmet, the same one I gave him actually, so he has another one of these, and they're a pretty hard to find helmet, pretty obscure, and there's not a lot of them out there, let alone in the United States. They're a very peculiar helmet, and not a lot's known about them. They're not really based off of anything, and they just kind of came out of nowhere. But what you're looking at here is the Soviet STSH-81 titanium heavy assault helmet, or the Sphera, as it was known because of its shape. It's round, and it's very heavy and very bulky, and we'll get into that anyways. The cover here is just cotton, and it's in the very iconic Russian flora pattern. It's held on with two little elastic bits at the front and the back. So there's nothing really to it. But this is the helmet without the cover, and it's a nylon or polyester cover. I've seen them in black and green. Black is normally used by the internal troops, so like the FSB and stuff like that, and green is normally the standard military uses it. This is a very stable helmet, despite how clunky and clumsy and loose and everything it looks like. It's actually a very well thought out design. It offers a ton of protection. It's made out of 3 pieces of titanium, 2 kind of bowl shaped pieces on either side. They're about 3 millimeters thick. And they made helmets and pretty much everything out of titanium during this era because of all of Russia's trade embargoes. A lot of the iron and steel and everything went to ship production, as well as like infrastructure and everything like that. So everything they could, they made out of titanium. You see a lot of body armor from this era made out of titanium. The military made lunch trays and silverware and everything out of titanium. They made helmets out of titanium. They made watches and compasses and pretty much any little small trinkets that could be relatively easy to manufacture, they made out of titanium, and this is no exception to that rule. This helmet is ungodly heavy. I mean, this is a helmet that's so heavy, if you turn your head too sharp one way, you'll snap your own neck. This helmet is one size fits all. It's fully adjustable with this lace system. So to get the plates in there, you would undo these laces and de-thread all of them, and you'd lift up this top plate. So this top plate is a big curved round plate that goes from the brow to the nape of the neck. And then underneath that is 2 little pockets, one on each side for the round side plates. Now, this is titanium. You can hear the tapping. You could also tell by kind of the surface of the metal. It has a very scratched up, very peen look. But despite being almost 50 years old, this helmet doesn't rust because titanium oxidizes clear, so you can't actually see the rust. And the oxidation doesn't actually begin to eat through the metal. It'll only cover the surface, and it won't penetrate any further. The eyelets, though, made out of aluminum, they tend to corrode every now and then. The older ones have steel eyelets. Those corrode. Most of those have almost corroded away, or they've pulled through the plastic, pulled through the nylon, and it doesn't hold together very well anymore. This helmet is in excellent shape for as old as it is. We'll get a look at the inside here now. There's the stamp on the inside. Right now, the chin strap is held in place with these 2 nylon bands, and they're stitched right here together at the side. It's technically a 2-point chin strap, but it can also be argued that it's a 4-point chin strap because it splits. It's actually very stable for what it is. The only adjustment is 1 slider buckle, so these are actually a pain in the ass once you get them on, to get them to sit nice and not move around. So I adjusted mine, and I put this Velcro over there to hold the excess fabric, and I have to slide it over my face to put it on, because I don't want to have to undo the buckle and readjust it, because I got it just to where it's comfortable, because it takes forever between the lacing on the top and getting the chin strap to set right. Other than that, here's the liner. The liner is like a cotton. It's like a thick kind of coarse linen, and it has these 2 air channels that run through it. See where my fingers are stuck in there? They're pretty filled in with the pads though, so this helmet doesn't breathe at all. It's very hot. There's where little cutouts where your ears would go. This helmet covers your ears entirely, so you can't hear shit when you're wearing it either. But it's a very stable helmet. The front is right here. Take a look at it, see where this little cutout is. That's how you can tell the front from the back. It's this little dip for your brow there. But this helmet is excellent shape. It only had one little cut in the foam pad that you can see there I had to repair when I got it. But this helmet came about in 1981 and has one reiteration since it came out, and its reiteration is the STSH-94, and that is the same exact cover, same exact shape, same exact style. It weighs a little bit more than this one. That's because the titanium was replaced with steel once steel became more readily available for ease of production and cost. It was cheaper to make. And that is, both of these helmets are still in use by the Russian military and Ministry of Foreign Affairs, as well as SWAT units and internal troops use these a lot. So like if you'd see counterterrorism type thing in Russia, a lot of people will be wearing these because this is an actual bulletproof helmet. It'll stop a lot of threats that are below rifle. So it pretty much takes an M16 to go through one of these, and even then it still has a good chance of deflecting a shot, depending on where it hits because of how the shells are shaped. It's a pretty comfortable helmet. Chin cup's pretty nice, really simple. This is a helmet that kind of sucks though. Once the foams and everything get wet, it takes forever to dry. Once the liner starts to fall apart, you pretty much have to junk the whole helmet except for the plates because it's all one piece. It doesn't really come apart. So that is kind of a design flaw of this helmet, and it wasn't fixed in the STSH-94. That is still the same problem, which is why they were ultimately phased out for other designs. The only thing that I can think that this helmet would be based off of would be like that foam, just cotton cover with little foam pads in it that Russian airborne troops and tankers have been wearing for a long time. And it's just really bump protection. It was just foam and cotton, and it just kept you from bumping your head inside of a tank or, you know, inside of an airplane. And it didn't offer any bulletproofness. They weren't fireproof. They weren't resistant or anything. And this is pretty much one of those, but you just threw titanium plates over it. That's the only thing I can think of. It really has no other influences. There's really nothing else out there like this that other countries have used without having a direct copy. Ukraine copied this, and it's an exact copy except for the chin cup. And it's just out there. These aren't around. They're hard to find. They're extremely heavy. I could see why they used them. I could also see why they went away. If you wanted to buy one, they're right now retailing for anywhere from $100 to $300 in all kinds of conditions. This one's pretty much unused. Had a little bit of storage dirt when I got it. I wiped that off. If you wanted to hang on to these, titanium prices are even going up. If you wanted to find even a shitty one, just to get sent here to the United States, titanium prices are really high in the United States, and you can always scrap it if you decide you don't want it. So that'll just about wrap it up for this video. Once again, I'd like to thank my good buddy Matt for being the first sponsor and suggesting this video. And leave a like, leave a comment if you want to see anything else, if you want to see other different kinds of videos, if you want to see a specific helmet. Name a country you like. I probably have a helmet from that country, or if you have a specific model of helmet. I'm trying to kind of shy away from the really famous ones, like the World War II style helms and like the M1 helmet. I'll use them as references in my videos, but I probably won't do a video on those until I kind of start to run out of other stuff to do, because there's so many other videos out there on them and so much information on them. So if you want to see anything that's harder to find or any countries like that, just drop a comment and leave a like. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.